I'm headed back into my garden. I just wrapped up the dwarf tomato variety tour, I guess. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. And now I'm going to show you the rest of the tomatoes that I have growing in my garden. So welcome back, or hi. I'm gardening in zone 7A, northern West Virginia. And my garden at my home is on a terrace. So we're just going to go through all the varieties that I have in each one of my terraced beds here, which I have several planted with lots of tomatoes because I'm a tomato freak. I said in the first part of these tours that I had started about 350 different varieties of tomatoes. So we're going to go through them and I'll show you finally what was on my grow list for 2025. So let's start over here. All right, so we're just going to start, and everything needs tied up again. So you can see, again, I use tree tags. I love tree tags. So this is Red Trash Panda. I'm very excited about this variety. And look at these gorgeous flowers. Yes, yes, yes. Super excited for this variety. I might even have a tomato here. I sure do. Look at that pretty little Red Trash Panda tomato. Woo, woo. Sounded like a train. Okay, then we have Earl. This is, I think, a new variety that I got from, you know what, I'm not going to, we're just going to go through the varieties. Otherwise, this video is going to be far too long, Jen. This is Saint Teresa, which I wrote on here. It's a 160-year-old heirloom. Again, there's flower buds. I'm very late doing my garden or my tomato tour. As you can see, they're about 2 feet tall already. But it is what it is. I just kept wanting everything to be just so, and it's just not going to happen. So, Seek No Further Love Apple. We have Old Yellow Candy Striped. We have Nairobi Nights. Grandma Mary's Paste. Hunk Papa. This is my only Hunk Papa. My 2 other starts died. I had one over at Materville, which I'm going to be doing a tour over there if I haven't mentioned it 100 times already, but I will be doing a tour this weekend. And we have oh, look at that one. That's going to be a gorgeous Mater. So I need to save seeds for this one. But yeah, it's a gorgeous potato leaf variety. This one is Radio. This one needs tied up. I don't know how I missed it. It must have just, I don't know, taken off in growth, but clearly it's like laying over here. Zwart Heel Lecken. And then we've got Marbled Mystery, which has some baby maters on it already. Are you guys as excited as I am? I'm so excited to see tomatoes and stuff. Oh my gosh. I will be doing a garden tour showing you all the other things. I have peppers, I have all different kinds of basils, all different kinds of flowers, and I will be doing a garden tour once I wrap up this tour. Okay, so we're just gonna walk across here. This is a new addition, a little wall my husband built because we're gonna be redoing our fire pit. It's a mess right now. Okay, so this is, I guess you could say, the middle area, middle rows of my gardens. And in this one we have NCRD Paste, Snowstorm. We have Reinhardt's Gold Kirsch. I don't know if that's right. But this one, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be variegated. I had one that was variegated and one that wasn't. I can't remember if I planted the other one. I don't think I did. But I planted the variegated one because I'm so curious about why it's... Because I looked it up. I don't think it said it was variegated, but this one is. So it's pretty. This is Huang Viong. This is Adora is Wrath. We've got Candy's Old Yellow. We've got Twilight Tricolor. Very excited for this variety. And it's got multiple gorgeous looking flowers on it. I'm so excited for that one. And then we have, this is my tape that I like to put up. that I have yet to do, but I brought it outside and then it got unraveled everywhere. So I need to put this in my pocket and take it back in. Otherwise it's going to be a mess like that string. There was a bird that got a hold of, my husband was using string to, like, I don't know, make sure something was straight. And the bird has like drug the string all over that bed, trying to take it to their nest. Funny. This one is, oh, I'm missing some. I walked too far. This is Jersey Breeze. I'm growing this one in honor of Lauren because she lives in New Jersey and I just haven't grown it yet. I had the seeds and I wanted to grow it. But yeah, lots of flowers. It's very pretty. This is Ghost of Bulgaria. And I believe that the fruits on this are fuzzy. I'm guessing the plant's not fuzzy because it doesn't look fuzzy, but this one I'm very excited about. Verde de las Landes. I believe Lauren is growing this one too, so exciting. And we have a baby mater. I gotta be quicker with this. This one is Jaded. My daughter's name is Jade. So look at the cutesy little flowers on this. Are they not adorable? I love it. Another little cluster of them there. So cute. Old Carolina. We've got Sultan's Shoe, which is an F5. My friend Keena sent me these seeds and it's doing great. There's flowers all over this thing. Then we've got Krimsky Malahite. We've got Black Smile, and it says it's supposed to be variegated. Mine is not, so I hate when that happens. Mine's not variegated. This one is Wap. I cannot say this. Wapsipacana Peach. No, I didn't do that right. I know I didn't, but I think I had a patient that told me I should grow this one because it was super productive, so I hadn't grown it yet, and I thought, well, let's give it a try. I think it's fuzzy because it's got peach in the name. I think it's a fuzzy fruited one. And then Leprechaun Rainbow, which again, oh man, look at these flowers. I am so excited. Okay, moving right along. So I have a separate video where I did all the dwarfs. These are my 2 dwarf beds, so I'm not going to go over those again. We're just going to head down the steps and do the rest of the middle rows. And then, as you can see, I've got tomatoes there, tomatoes there, tomatoes there, and then a bunch over here. Lots of tomatoes. So if you like to hear about the varieties I'm growing, stay with me. But yeah. This one is melon. And I've got a bunch that are going to be side by side. I tried to plant 2 of every plant this year. And in some cases, I was able to actually get them together. I really tried. There were some days where I just needed to plant. But I did try to set things out before I stuck things in the ground. And then kind of organize my garden, so to speak. So you'll see side by side. So these are 2 melons. These are 2 Elbonian mudslingers, which you can see they're potato leafed. Very pretty. These are, well, this one is Midnight in Moscow. Got a leaf stuck to it there. And you'll see this white stuff, I did put down some Epsom salt. So I just sprinkle very gently just a little bit of Epsom salt when my plants are about 1.5 to 2 feet tall. They say it makes them the fruit sweeter. They say it's good for the soil and the plant health. So I will let you know this. Last year, in all my anxiety of what was happening with my garden, I did not Epsom salt my tomato plants. And with all the other things that happened, I can't say for sure that it was the Epsom salt, but I did have a lot less tastier fruits last year. The year before that, I did the Epsom salt. And I had a ton of delicious, delicious fruits. So this year I'm not going to forget. So I usually do Epsom salt when they're about this big. And then when the fruits are, so I'll probably do it again in 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. I'll do it again. And then after that, I'll probably be... Later on in the season, I'm kind of done with all the maintenance of tomato plants. So then they just fend for themselves after I get a taste of their tomatoes. But, so if you see the white powdery stuff, it's probably Epsom salt. All right, back to the tour. So next to Midnight and Moscow is Neon Peach. So again, I believe the fruit is supposed to be fuzzy on this one. Next to this one is Sandra's Smile. That might be a dwarf. I don't know because it's staying pretty squatty. This one is Thieves Don't Steal. I believe this is a green one ripe. And then we have Lynn of Jones County, another potato leaf, very pretty. Everything needs to be pruned. I should have pruned beforehand because now I'm like trying to fish around the leaves. This is Lucinda, and it is carrot leafed. I don't know if you can tell how wispy it is, but like carrot leaves are. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm absolutely in love with this plant. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love it. This is Clear Lake. Clear Lake. Then we've got Clematis Tagalog. We've got Wilson's Pine Tree, which is looking lush. Then this one is All Meat. I'm very excited about this one. Sounds like it's going to be a juicy, meaty, delicious tomato. Yeah, we've got flowers. We've got Kiwanis. And cluster of flowers there too. Okay, so that's that row. Call it second middle row. I was deciding on whether I should like put names on my rows. I'm still trying to figure out what to name them. Someone said I should name them like different naughty names. I don't know if I can come up with that many naughty names. I plant so many different rows of tomatoes. All right, third middle row. We have got green gauge. We've got, yeah, 2 green gauges beside each other. Here we've got Bliss. This is a Bill Yoder variety. No. Bliss is it Sophia Sakova? I believe Sophia Sakova, but Bliss was recommended as like one of the most tasty tomatoes Bill Yoder's ever tried. So I'm growing that. Then we've got Brianna, which needs a tree tag, but Brianna is a potato leaf. Then we've got Ashatado. We've got Ginger Comet, which is another Sophia Sakova variety. We've got Toad Suck Toad, which I love the name of that. Then we've got I can't say that. Pink. I can say the word pink, but it's doing lovely. We've got Leningradsky Giant. Look at all of the flowers on it. If it produces giant tomatoes, it's got its work cut out for it with all those flowers. Then we've got Muddy Waters right here. This needs to be pulled over. Come over where you should be, buddy. And then Crepuscule. So my Crepuscule, I always have a couple every year that don't transplant well for whatever reason. Crepuscule was one of those. I think this is actually the only one in this garden that needed to be replanted. So this actually, I had 2 Crepuscule plants. And so the other one I had in the container, it actually like broke off. I was like panicked. I was like, oh man. The one I planted died and then I broke. So I stuck that broken piece off in water until it grew roots and then I planted it. So that's why this one here is so small compared to the others, because it had a rough start. But I think we'll be okay. It's looking great. This one transplanted just fine. It's been in the ground for over a week now. I think like 10 days. Next to Crepuscule is Primora. And then Lava Flow. I keep trying to grow this dang plant. I think this is either the 3rd or the 4th year I've tried to grow Lava Flow. And it always gets diseased and gross before I can have anything. So, hopefully third time's a charm. Then we've got Aztec Black right here, which clearly one of the suckers got away from me and need tied up. Then we've got Grandpa's Heart. And so Grandpa's Heart, and then beside it is a Xenium flavum, and it's an F2. So this one's probably got tons of variation. I'll save seeds and call them F3, but if anybody else is growing Xenium flavum 2, they're probably, you know, there could be multiple different variations, multiple different looking fruits. But I always, if I can, try to make sure I put the F. So like F3. F3 will have less variation than F2, but still a bunch of variation. So this is where things can get a little bit hairy when you're trying to stabilize different varieties and the seeds get out before they're actually stabilized. Well, people will grow them, like me, at an F2 or F3 stage. I just try to be very mindful of making sure I put that it's a F2 or these are F3 saved seeds with the pictures of what my tomato looked like from it. You might not get the same tomato. You might get something completely different. The plant itself might look different. But yeah, I don't mind it all that much. I think it's kind of cool to get different variations. It's not a big deal to me, but for some people it's a big deal, so that's why I try to put that it's F3. They might not want seeds for F3 because they want the tomato that I got, and they probably won't get it. It doesn't, tomato crosses aren't usually like completely stable until they're about F7, F8. And even then you can still get thrown a variant, even then. Okay, moving on to the fourth row. This is probably one of my favorite rows. Yeah, I am so pumped about this. So, this is full of Jennifer, Keena, and Lauren. So let's talk a little bit about that. If you're new here, I had a tomato named after me. Last summer, Tatiana from Tomato Eden. Love you, thank you for gifting me a tomato with my name. So if you go on Tomato Eden's website, oh my gosh, my nose. Don't look at that. I burnt my nose and it's peeling. But if you go on Tomato Eden's website, she has named Lauren, Jennifer, and Keena, named a tomato after us. And it says, this tomato is named Jennifer, named after Jennifer Vandervoort Cordial, who is me. So she's actually distributed the seeds as F4. If you're new here, you might not have seen, I actually grew my F4 seeds for Jennifer, Lauren. I tried to do Keena. Keena is a bit of a drama queen. We laugh about it. She's been a pain in my butt. But yeah, so I grew them over the winter. I was actually able to save seeds. I got a variant, so you'll see the variant seeds that I'm growing. So I've got F5s in this bed, except for Keena, because I didn't get to save any seeds for Keena, so she's still an F4. But I'm growing several of them because I'm going to save tons of seeds and just give seeds away like crazy. Like, grow my tomato, grow my tomato. But yeah, so the variants, Lauren and I renamed. So I got a variant for my tomato and I got a variant for Lauren's tomatoes. So you'll see there's different names. But let me show you what I've got. So this whole bed's planted with our tomatoes. All right, starting at this end here is me. Jennifer's Mud Pie. So that was the variant I got. So I did a taste test of the OG Jennifer and the Jennifer's Mud Pie, and you'll see I have F5 written on here. So the seeds that I saved from this will be F6 seeds that I can give out. So I've got how many Jennifer Mud Pies? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Jennifer Mud Pies, because it was a really tasty tomato and it was so pretty. It was like a darker colored tomato and kind of small, and when you cut into it, it was a really pretty like green inside. It was gorgeous. So I'm growing a bunch of those, and I'm supposed to be potato leafed, but I know some people are getting some regular leafed ones and they're going to grow those out, which is kind of cool. And then this is Jennifer F5. So I saved seeds from what looked to be very similar to what was on the website for Jennifer. I did get one of those. So I've got 1, 2, 3 Jennifers. So everything I've grown so far, no, 4 Jennifers. Here's another one. This one's not doing so great. So all the Jennifers I've grown so far have been potato leafed. I haven't gotten any variant that was regular leafed. But I'm curious to see what the fruits produce for the regular leafed. Then we have Kina. Oh my gosh, Kina. Finally. There's a dang tomato of Kina. It's not a dang tomato. I'm so excited. And tons of flowers. I've had such an issue with... the first one I grew was very chartreuse, but didn't produce any flowers on it. It just kept getting bigger. That was the one I grew in the basement. Then I grew another one and put it into the greenhouse, which the greenhouse is just infested with aphids. I'm kind of letting the aphids have it. I'm trying to maintain it so that they don't come out here and bug my stuff, but that one's not doing great either. And here's another Kina. Again, I've got flowers, so hopefully I will be able to taste a tomato of Kina here soon. But these are F4s, which I should have wrote on here, F4s, but... And another little baby Kina. This one here is just staying kind of squatty. Hopefully it'll get bigger, but a possibility might be that these ones beside it will overshadow it and it may not thrive. But I've got 2 that have flowers on it, so yay, Kina. Finally. And then we've got Lauren's Awesome Sauce. So this was the variant of Lauren's that I got. And these were all regular leaf. I don't know if anybody's gotten a potato leaf Lauren. But yeah, all of hers are regular leaf. I think I'm the only potato leafed person, which is cool. Potato leaves are awesome. I'm super excited that I'm a potato leaf. But this one, I made this tag before Lauren named it Lauren's Awesome Sauce. So this one just says Lauren's variant F5, but it's Lauren's Awesome Sauce. And then we've got another Awesome Sauce, another Awesome Sauce, and then this is Lauren. I've got 2 Laurens, which are the F5 seeds. So I got tomato that looked like the original Lauren from the F4 seeds. So it looked like the picture on her website. So I saved seeds from that one, and it's Lauren F5. So probably my favorite row in my garden. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's full of Lauren, Jennifer, and Kina. I just love it. Okay. On to these beds. So these are 2 of my double beds. This is the only place that I put a double row. I have 2 cattle panels. I pretty much have cattle panels on everything up here. And then down here, I use welded wire on this bottom bed and then the ones along the back here, which is what I actually put up as my fence around my garden this year. But it's pretty sturdy, but I do like cattle panels too. Let's see, I guess this is probably, I think, my Jarson / Kazula bed. Yeah, I don't have very many Jarsons I'm growing this year. They just didn't germinate the seeds for a lot of mine. So I've got Jarson 17. I did restart some. 2 Jarson 17s. So I've got them like lined together. I'm trying to do 2 and 2. So what's in the front's in the back too. So Jarson 26. So that's a Jarson 26. I'm pretty sure I did everything like that this time. Yeah, Jarson 26. Because I laid out everything to make sure. This is Hope's Heart. This is like the only one that doesn't have it. So I've got, I think, 3 Hope's Heart sporadic in my garden. And I only had 1 Kazula 197. So I put the 197 behind Hope's Heart. Then we've got 2 Kazula 14. So this is Kazula 14. Or wait, no. This is Kazula 14. And then this is Kazula 14. And then I've got Kazula... Oh, 2 Kazula 197s. Scratch that. I do have 2. Side by side. Maybe I did side by side, not front and back on all of them. Maybe that was just for the Jarsons. Alright, so then we've got 2 Kazula 211s. Yeah. Yep, 2 Kazula 211s. We've got 2 Kazula 118s side by side. Then we've got, this is Kazula 156. So Kazula 156 and Kazula 156. This one's doing a lot better than this one. A lot more growth on it. Then we've got 2 Kazula 66-1. And in the back we've got, it gets hard. It gets hard. I can't reach. We've got Kazula 49-1, so 2 of those. I don't know if you can see, there's a Kazula 49-1. Then we've got 2 Kazula 20s. There's the Epsom salt again. And that's basil. I plant basil with my tomatoes. Kazula 105. So I've got 2 Kazula 105s. Then I've got 2 Kazula 98s. So there's 2 98s. And then the 2 in the back are Kazula 68. So that one there, and then that one there is Kazula 68. And then we've got 2 Kazula 90. Kazula 90 and Kazula 90. And then I have one more Kazula that I restarted seeds for because, let me tell you a story. So I am a lover of Kazula, her varieties that she bred. Some of them aren't all that stable, as same goes with Jarson. So they're 2 Polish breeders. And I grew a bunch of Kazulas last year. I did a bunch of taste tests. They're up on my channel if you're interested. She grows some amazingly tasty varieties, Kazula and Jarson. But I grew a variety last year called Kazula 134, and it straight up smelled and tasted like a piece of pineapple. Didn't taste anything like a tomato. And I had it in this bed. So I started seeds from the seeds that I saved from that tomato, and I am regrowing it. So I've got 2 Kazula 134s that are going to go. I'm going to show you the space where I'm going to put them. They're not planted yet because it was kind of an afterthought. I've had a couple people ask me about it, and I was just like, you know what, I should really try growing those seeds again, because what if it was just a fluke? What if my seed saved that I grow that variety this year and it doesn't taste like pineapple anymore? But I'm very curious. I hope it does, because it was amazing. It was like the oddest tomato I've ever tasted. But they're gonna go, let me show you. Okay, it's about an hour later. My phone died. Didn't realize I had such a low battery, but I'm back out here. I hope somebody's mowing their lawn. It is what it is. I want to get this recorded, because if I don't, I'm gonna procrastinate. But what I was telling you, I looked back, I could see I had just got done telling you the Kazula 134 story. And then I was proceeding to tell you something, and I recorded thought I had recorded a whole bit on this lower bed, but didn't. So we're going to re-record that. So this is where I'm going to plant Kazula 134. And I recorded a whole clip telling you about how my husband had to redo this side of this bed, so I didn't want to plant anything here, but I do need to fill it back up with some mushroom compost and garden soil, and then I'm going to be planting my Kazula 134s either today or tomorrow right here. But let's move on. I've basically had to rebuild this whole garden because we used recycled wood the first time around, and as you can see, this is some of the recycled wood. So when he redoes it, he uses better wood. And he puts this black plastic up, which keeps the dirt from being in direct contact with the wood, which is hopefully going to prolong its longevity. All right, so this bed down here, I think I had gone through quite a few. I'm going to do the front row, and then we're actually going to walk back up and do the back row, because this is another double row. This one is Blasphemous Rumors. This is a Bill Yoder variety that's absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to taste it. Next to it, we have 2 boxwoods. Next to it have 2 Olympic champions. Next to that, we have a chocolate liquor. And then a Rebladillo de la Jara. And a copper pipe. We have Southern Nights. And a Sogida Suda. Then we have a Sergeant Pepper. I had someone recommend this one to me. I think I tried to grow it last year or the year before, and it didn't. I never got any tomatoes, so growing it again. And then we've got the gorgeous bacon lettuce in this. So we're going to regrow that and taste test it again. I think this is another bacon lettuce in this. No, this is a Seraphima, which is also potato leaf right beside. And I got a bee that is not happy I'm here. Trying to get to his basil flowers. This is a Gypalia. Excited for this one. I heard that one's quite tasty. A Magic Bullet. And a Old Time Red and Yellow. All right, let's go back there because it's hard to see. I see some more Jarsons. All right, I'm trying not to smush anything while I'm down here looking. We have, oh, this is difficult. This one over here is Dutch Pleasure. I don't know if you can see that. Dutch Pleasure. This one is Grandmother's Heart Heritage Large Heart. Should have pruned before I did this. Too much foliage on the bottom. I only prune. This is green variegated. I'm guessing the tomato is variegated because the fruit, the plant is not variegated. I think somebody said something on TLC, Tomato Lovers Collective, about it's probably just the fruit is variegated, multicolored. This is Babino Chudo. But really, I only prune. I prune anything that looks diseased off my plants, and then also I prune like the first 1.5 feet up the plant. But after that, I'm kind of done with pruning because I have too many plants. Hazel Creek, very excited about this one. This is a potato leaf. And then I also have a Hazel Creek regular leaf. Is it beside it? Yeah, this is Hazel Creek. Hazel Creek regular leaf. I'm trying to take pictures of this. Okay, and then beside both of the Hazel Creek, I have a Loft House bicolor. Then I have Irish Cream and Green. I have Jarson 5 and another Jarson 5, and then I have 2 Jarson 4s by each other. Sorry this isn't the best video footage. And just kind of like on my knees backing up on here. We have 2 Jarson 8 4s, and then on this end we have, this is probably dumb. I shouldn't have done this because these are this is like a cascading variety. This should have went in like a hanging pot. This is, let me get down here and show you. Oh, good Lord. Oh, I've got an asparagus growing right there. I should transplant that. I've got these are both Favori de Bretagne, and I wrote Cascade. It was dumb of me to plant these here. It is what it is. They're there. And I need to transplant a little baby asparagus. All right, so let's move down to this single row below here. Oh, it's a gorgeous day, and I can't wait to be doing something. I need to finish mulching. I have a little bit of the garden that's not mulched. Okay, so we've got this row right here, and this is trellised up welding wire. Very sturdy, works just fine. We've got 2 Shiny Browns, another potato leaf. And it looks like I've got some spiders that like these. Then we've got 2 shades next to one another. That one's a little bigger than that one. We've got 2 side-by-side Balaya Vishnya. Not sure if I said that right. We've got 2 blue smokies. My friend Hope told me, well, she put on when she gave me seeds for these, must grow, delicious, or something like that along those lines. So I was like, okay, if she puts that, I'm doing it. Then I've got 2 summer ciders, again, potato leaf. Boy, I've got a lot of potato leaves this year. Potato leaves are yummy, so. Then I've got 2 Dikaya roses and 2 Grandma Fitches. So that's those on the end, 2 Grandma Fitches. So this area here, I did good with getting them doubled up. All right. I also have some more tomato plants dotted. I have hay bales. I have them planted. I put some soil and compost where there were T-posts. So let me just do those real quick. Well, no, I'll do those at the end. I'll do all these at the end. Let me finish doing the big rows. Okay, so I have apple yellow, which is a hybrid. I am growing a few hybrids this year. I've got Randy's Rockin' Red right here. I've got another Randy's Rockin' Red. Then I've got 2 Kentucky Cabins. I've got another Babino Chudo. And then this one I'm super excited about. This was like #1 on my want list, was Dr. Sudd's Cape and Bridge. It's a West Virginia variety. I live fairly close to Cape and Bridge. It's only like 35 minutes away. I've got Core Stry Rose de Passac. Oh, looks like I need to be spraying. Couple aphids. I've got 2 melon honeys here. I don't think it's the same as melon, but we'll see. And then I've got an Abraham cherry. Had a friend send me seeds and said they grew Abraham brown, and they got a really delicious cherry variety, and it's a giant. It's like the biggest one in this row, so. Then I have the Adora hybrid. So Adora is different than Adora hybrid. So, but I've got them both planted. All right, next row. This is like my Martian / Cleaverhoff bed. So these are all seeds from Cleaverhoff. They have a Martian series, and then they came out with some new varieties, and I just placed them all, doubled up the plants. And this is where that. So we've got 2 Martian Walds beside each other. We've got 2 Martian Fevers beside each other. I think those are the 2, or is it Martian Fever? I know Martian Fever. I'm not sure about Martian Wald. I think those are the 2 new ones this year. We've got Fever. I don't know how to say that. That there, 2 of those. Then we have Fever Zauber. 2 of those. We have Zauber Glotion. That's a new one this year, I know. Another Zauber Glotion. Then we have, these 2 are new, E Obsidian. So they had E Glut and E Tornado last year. So this year they have E Obsidian and 2 E Beaches. So I've got 2 E Beaches. I have a question. So last year I did like a series called, someone helped me with the name because I was wondering what to call it. I called it Jen's Tomato Concentrate. So basically I did videos where I did like an in-depth look at the varieties that are in these beds. So it's kind of like, right now I'm just giving you the name and showing you the plant, and they kind of all look pretty much the same, except for the fact that the leaves might be potato leaf or regular leaf. But I'm wondering, is anybody interested in that series again? Because I do have to put quite a bit of work into it. Editing those videos takes me longer, and if nobody's really interested in them, then I just won't do them. But if I get a lot of feedback that says, yes, please do them, if that's what you want to see, I will do those. So please let me know in the comments down below, do you want me to do Jen's Tomato Concentrate again? And Like I'll tell you who the breeder is, if there is a cool backstory. I just kind of let you know all the information that I can find on each of the varieties. And I kind of do it like bed by bed. And keep the videos somewhat short, a lot shorter than my actual garden tours. Like this one's going to be ridiculously long. And I apologize, but please let me know if you're interested in a more in-depth look at each tomato variety. Okay, and then this bed is a 33-foot long bed, and I filled up this side with tomato plants. So let's show you those. This one I've got 2 zogolas next to each other. I've got Paradise Pleasure. I've got 2 of those. I've got Teacher's Apple. And then I've got Velvet Striae. Oh my Lord. Do you see this? It is like velvet. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love this one. So I've got 2 of those. Next to that, I've got Hungry Like the Wolf. This is a Bill Yoder variety. And then I've got Medusa. I absolutely love this name. And then I've got Woolly Blue Jay. Yes, another woolly. I love this. Another little chat, sorry. So I'm also, I don't know if you watched my dwarf tour, my dwarf tomato tour. I talked about Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, which is the Facebook group that I run with Keena and Lauren. And we are doing some grow outs. And so I'm in charge of 3 different grow outs, and I talked about how I was in charge of the Dwarf Tomato Project grow out. I'm also in charge of the foliage grow out, unique foliage grow out. So I grew a lot of different variegated ones, a lot of different woolly, furry varieties, so you'll hear me talk about those. But yeah, just thought I'd fit that in there. If you're not a part of Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, please go join. Even if you're not on Facebook, just join to be a part of that group. It's a lot of fun. Do a lot of trading. We do a lot of fun things like grow outs and just trading and all that stuff. All right, back to the tour, Jen, or this is going to be forever long. I'm almost done. So here's another hybrid I'm doing. I've got Mini Vento F1, so I actually did 2 of those beside each other. And then I've got Citrus Orchard. I've got Sparkling Purple Ogonek, which is an F6 Sophia Saka variety. So I put SS on her varieties just so I wouldn't forget. But look at how pretty these flowers are. Okay, and this one here needs a tree tag because I have this one. This is Benevento F1 hybrid. So not Menivento, this is Benevento. Never grown it. Seeds for this one, Benevento, are like hella expensive. And Lauren gifted me some seeds, so thank you, Lauren, because I would not, I mean, I probably would pay that much for it, but I just haven't bit the bullet, and I'm just glad that now I can grow that hybrid, try the tomato, because hybrid seeds you can't save. I mean, you can, but you're never going to get the actual hybrid. You're going to get something completely different, but beside that is Jade Gem. Again, I've got a few different varieties with the name Jade or Jaded or whatever because my daughter's name is Jade. So I've got that one. Well, I've got 2 of those beside each other. Then I've got another F1 hybrid. This is the Bliss hybrid, not to be confused with the Sophia Saka variety Bliss. And then I've got the Monarch hybrid beside it. Then I've got Raspberry Mochi. And we've got Guatemalan Longstring and Zebra Lemonade, which is a F4. Beside it, I've got a this is not spelled right. It needs a C. Luc Fichoise. This is what the spelling was on my packaging, but I have come to learn that that is not how it's spelled, so disregard that. I need to make a new tree tag or fix that. It's Luc Fichoise. Then I've got Copper Current. I'm very excited for this one. I cannot wait to see what these look like. The picture of this one is gorgeous. Looks like it's got some aphids, so squish them. I've got Kiss the Sky. I've got Cherokee Purple Cherry. And then I've got Bing, which is cherry. I believe I tried to do all cherries in this row. And then I've got Cherokee green pear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I tried to put all the cherries here. Okay, so the last few that I just have in hay bales or in corners here, let me find them. And then this video will be done. All right, so this one here is Mimosa Sunrise. I think I did 2 of those because I hadn't planted any yet. And I was just like, where am I going to put them? Because I ran out of room. And they also had 2 Martian Golds. So I had one there. Clearly it died. And then this one here, which is doing just lovely. So I put those in pots because I thought I had lost them when I was doing the Martian bed here, which I wouldn't have had room for them anyways. But yeah, so I've got 1 Martian Gold. And then on this T-post, I have Viva La Bruno. It looks like it could be a dwarf. And this one here is the other Mimosa Sunrise. And then this one here is Cherokee Purple crossed with Red Fuzzy. So this is one of Craig's crosses. And I've got a bunch of these over at Materville. And I'll show you all of those. And they all look a little different. So I'm curious about the fruit. So I just stuck this one here. But everything else is over at Materville. But now comes the hay bales. So I tried hay bale gardening last year. It didn't do great for me. But I'm trying it again. I just need to be more diligent in watering and fertilizing and making sure the plants look healthy. This one here is Eagle Creek Pew Filler. So it's a potato leaf. It's not looking hot, but it wasn't looking that hot when I put it in the ground. So we'll just have to see how things pan out for it. And then this is a dwarf that I put in this one. This is Saucy Mary. And then we've got 2 more, and that's it. Over here we have Leprechaun Edgar and Deaton's Dwarf again. So these are the tomato plants. My daughter planted all of these straw bales. So this is probably like my favorite part of the garden because she helped me plant it. Whew. It's a lot of tomato plants, and now I've got to tend to them. Do some pruning, copper spray them again right after pruning. Oh, I've got 4 more to show you. I'm not done. So after I had planted pretty much all of my rows, and I was just like, I know I have some other varieties. Where are they? I thought I had lost them. I couldn't find them. Well, they were mixed in with the dwarfs because those were the last 2 beds that I planted, and I found them. So I just planted them on these trellises. So there's 4 different ones. This one is Romeo. And then these were like super special. Turgay Dwarf, which is not looking so much like a dwarf. It gets much bigger, I'm going to say. It's not. And then these 2 were like my super special ones. This is Okra Vale, which is a Sevilla Sakova. And then this is Fiery Turban, which I only had 1 of each of these. And when I couldn't find them, I was like, I know I have them. Where are they? When I found them, I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. So they're right here. I've planted tomato plants here before, and they did really well. So I was just like, I'm doing it. What I planted here, I had these Berta Tesla pole beans all across here. And this side didn't do very well. So I went ahead and planted the plant tomatoes there. Same for here. Clearly, I planted Zata melon. And I've only got 1 that germinated so far. I went ahead and mulched. Maybe it'll pop up, but I don't know. But there you go. Okay, I need to end this video. Now, that's it. That's it for the tomatoes. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tomato tour. And I will do another one when there's lots of beautiful looking fruits on everything. So it'll probably be another 4 or 5 weeks. Unless you guys give me feedback telling me that you want me to do Jen's tomato concentrate. And then I'll go bed by bed and kind of give you, I'll throw out pictures of what the tomatoes are supposed to look like and give you their backstories and whatnot. So let me know in the comments. And if you're interested, I will do those. But until the next one, guys, I hope you all enjoy your day.